So you think you'd like one of those shiny vintage Airstreams that you see on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or wherever. And they look so shiny and so pretty, and they are. But stick around to the end of this video and I will tell you what goes into and how long it takes to make an Airstream this shiny.
So hey babe.
Hey babe!
Where are we at today?
We are at the barn.
Yep. And we've not been out and testing in a little while. Well, February we went out for a few days.
Yeah, we went to Charleston in February, but this one's more important because
we're going to Silver in the City, which is the first rally we ever went to, Airstream rally, and this is our fourth time going back.
This is our fourth time going to this Airstream rally.
And for whatever reason, I've gotten a little bit particular about how shiny Tess is. Some might say crazy. When we first got her, we were just going to polish her. She'd been polished. That's the number one question we always get is, did we polish her ourselves? And
how long did it take?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the answer is partially because it was pretty polished when we got it, but it wasn't super polished.
We took it up another notch in the polishing.
And we were going to go to 90%. We didn't want to be that one guy that's at car shows. If any of you are car fanatics, there's that one guy that goes to a car show and he's just got to be super critical of every little detail. And I wasn't going to be that one guy. But then as we polished it, I kind of became that one guy.
You can become that one guy when it's your own vehicle.
Yes.
So when it's your own.
Yeah. But I don't translate that to other campers.
No, we don't do that to others. But he is very particular when we go to an Airstream rally about how shiny she is. So we are here today to wash Tess first.
That's our first step.
Step one is washing her. So we were washing, and then we will do a quick polish.
Quick, yes, that's the plan.
I plan to participate in one quick polish, and how many more he does before we leave in a week is totally up to him.
Now, you may look like she's pretty polished, and she is, but she's not very clean.
Yeah.
And there's just some water stains and stuff. So hopefully it will be one quick polish.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes.
If you leave me alone long enough, I'll probably do something different and polish it again. But today is
wash.
Step one. So we're going to wash. We're going to do a little time-lapse video of that. And that will go real fast because nobody wants to watch washing. That's going to go fast because nobody wants to watch washing. Say that 3 times fast. Anyway.
Let's just wash her.
Let's wash her. So the tools you'll need to polish, and these are kind of non-negotiable in our opinion, you really need a dual head orbital polisher. This is a knockoff of the Cyclo. I don't know that they sell knockoffs anymore, but the Cyclo is probably a better one. This one worked really well and continues to work really well for us, so if you can find a cheaper one or a used one, it's worth it, particularly compared to the single orbital buffer we have. It's also good, it just doesn't take out the swirls quite as well as the dual. You will see me use that in this video, and it's kind of an in-between polish, and because both of us were polishing at the same time. If it had just been me polishing or Melinda polishing, we would have just stuck with that the entire time. As far as the polishes go, you'll see the AP back here, which is the aircraft metal polish. We tried this, we tried Nuvite. We were not impressed with either of those. What we were impressed with was Mother's, which is just a common aluminum polish. You can find it at any car parts store or Amazon, and it's cheap and it worked better than the pricey ones did for our money. I'm sure that people in the comments will disagree. To get started, you'll need a collection of foam pads, and I'm down to just these black ones. And you get them in different coarsenesses, so they'll be a little stiffer, and they have different cutting abilities. The the stiffer they are, the deeper the cut. So if you're coming from a unpolished one, you'll need the coarse pads and start there. And some people will sandpaper, but I would just really start at the coarse pads and put a little more effort into it. You'll have less swirl marks. And then as you get it better, you get down to the finer and finer ones. Black is the finest, and some people like the ones with the little ridges. We use the ones that are flat. I don't really know that it makes a lot of difference, but that's where we are. So when I buy new foam pads, they'll probably all just be black ones for the finest, because we just don't need that much polishing anymore as far as deep cuts. These are, you can wash them a few times, but you have to consider them expendables. You'll get a bit out of them and then throw them away and buy more. It's just the way to do it. Now, as far as the polish goes, we have tried some of the really nice ceramics that you have to mix yourself and put on and wipe off, and was not real pleased with the results. Left it a little cloudy and just was not worth the money in our opinion. Now, we'd love to try one of the spray-on ones that some of the companies have. Vinny's, I think, does it. We just aren't there. We're not local to them, and we've been trying some other stuff. So I've tried this glare polish this time, and so we started with the micro finish, and then finished with the professional polish. And I got to tell you, the micro finish, it seems like one of the other high-end glazing compounds like Megulars or some of the others. It seemed to work a little better. The smell and the consistency is the same, so it might be the same product. The final glare, though, it really put a shine that we weren't expecting on tests. And we've done this for a while, so so far I'm going to make this product an A+, thumbs up kind of thing. It was really good, and we'll see how long it lasts. We've got mixed results on how long ceramic coatings really last. So if I could get a year, and next year when we go to polish, it'd be considerably easier. If we do a wash and everything just sort of washes off, that would be a big plus in our regard. So anyway, you're going to see us do some real fast time-lapse polishing on this. It's a project even after it's already been polished. This is the front of the camper, and this is traditionally kind of the roughest sort of area, all down in through here. And probably a little hard to see, but you can see kind of all the right in there. You can see all the pitting and stuff now that it focused in. And it's rough because it's just taking all the abuse from grit and grime and road conditions. So this will never polish as smoothly as the sides down there, but it'll polish up a little bit nicer than this. So let's jump on in and give it a try and see what we got. You can see kind of the diffusion around that light. That's just from the wear and the pits on the aluminum, and I'm not going to get all of it out, not even to try, but we'll see if we can make it a little bit better. So what I'm using here is the Glare Micro Finish. This is real similar, I think, to like some of the Megulars products, which I've used in the past, but I wasn't real thrilled with how they worked on the Airstream. So we're giving this a try. So far I've been pleased with it. Put some dabs on it, kind of like that, and then when we get up there we'll tap it in a couple different places to spread it out a little bit. So it looks like I'm putting a lot on, but I do disperse it when it gets up there. So we'll put that on, and then we work it for longer than you feel like you should, but it gets out the stubborn water spots, and then it gets out hopefully some of the pitting that I was showing you in the front. I don't think it really will, but if I can make it a little shiny and a little better, that will be the goal.
One of the reasons I chose this area to show you was the fact that the aluminum is so rough. See if I can get it to focus by pointing my finger in there. But if you look at the before, it is much less diffused. And I think if I go down here, you can actually see the transition. A little tough to see. Okay, a lot tough to see. I'll give you that. Anyway, that's the plan. And we're gonna put another shine polish on it. So the actual glare, which is the supposed to be the chemically protective covering. So we'll see. Got some cloudiness in here that I kind of hope to get rid of. I don't know if it really translates to video well. Play around. You can kind of see some little dark blotches in there that's already been polished. So we're going to see what happens with these. Maybe this glare is going to get rid of them. We've been real pleased with it so far. It's cleaned up a lot of issues that we couldn't get rid of before, and we're hoping that it's durable and keeps these water spots down. A bit more of that splotchiness. Just kind of see it. Really hoping to get rid of it.
Okay, so having done the top there, I'm going to switch out these very nasty pads. Put them aside. It's hard to do this while holding the camera with one hand. And then I'm going to put on these kind of beater dry pads. They're from one of our previous polishes. But their only function is to not be wet. And then we're going to put a towel, microfiber towel, on these two, and evidently I'm going to pull one off. So I couldn't do that with one hand, but once they're installed well, you put a microfiber towel on, and you can reuse the towel, but once it starts getting really black, you want to kind of avoid using it again because you're just kind of smearing the aluminum around. But that being said, there's a little black here, but most of this is clean, and this one is pretty much all clean. But you will go through a lot of microfiber towels. So this, I buy them in bulk at Home Depot or Harbor Freight, and don't worry too much about them. Don't try to clean them. You can throw them in a junk pile rag if you just need to wipe grease when you're done with them, but they're always going to be black, and you don't want to try to wash that in a washing machine.
I know it's hard to tell in the video, but considerably, actually, I'd say they're all gone. All the dark spots that were bothering me are gone. So far, really liking this glare.
What does it take to get this sort of polish? That's one of the questions that we get the most. First question is, did you do it all yourself? And the second question is, how long did it take? And there's a two-part answer to that, in that this was originally polished by the previous owner, probably in about 2015 or so, and it was good. And I don't know exactly how good it looked originally, but it was, at the point that we bought it in 2020, it was definitely starting to get some of its patina back. It was stained. It was nice, and then we wanted to make it nicer. So this polish took about, we're going to estimate about 175 hours. And it was in pretty good shape to start with. So if you're starting from raw, previously unpolished aluminum, you're looking at more than that. You can hire guys that come in and do it, and I've never seen their work up close and personal, but some of them seem to do outstanding work. I mean, I see their pictures, and they use drum polishers, and they're really, really good at it, really, really talented. But it can also be a mixed bag, because you may get somebody that is not as good and not as talented, and I've seen some real bad disasters that have happened during polishing processes. So you want to avoid that if it's possible. So we spent about 175 hours, give or take probably 25 hours in all reality, but to get it to the first mirror polish. And then we spend someplace between 15 and 20 hours per year cleaning it and giving it what I like to call a quick repolish. And that's what we're showing you in this video. And this is the time lapse, and of course there's breaks and places where the battery died and things like that, but should give you a pretty good feeling for what it takes. So if you want one like this, they are beautiful. I will admit that. I love having Tess all polished and all reflective, and I really think she looks great. You know, you can see the details in the wood behind me. You can see the selfie stick, and realistically, it looks good. And this is actually not after, this is after the polish. We've been out a couple times in the rain, in the weather, and I've not re-cleaned it or anything. But you do have to commit to it if you want it to stay like this. It's gonna be, you know, every bit of 10, 15, 20 hours every year that you're gonna be doing this. So is it worth it? Would we do it again? And
That's a good question. I think if we were to get a new camper, we've talked about getting a Spartan, but if we were to get a new camper, would we polish it again? And I'd probably say no. I'd probably say we are going to stick with the patina that it has and just clean it up versus trying to do and maintain this. Now, I've also said that as long as we have Tess and as long as I have the physical capability to polish it nicely, I will continue to do that. And then just kind of see how it goes from there. But it's just something for you to consider. Look at the work that we've done just in doing this quick repolish and decide if it's really for you. It's difficult. If you pay somebody else, it's expensive, and you either have to keep maintaining it or it will just start to look like old aluminum again, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that the old ones that are unpolished look fantastic, to be honest. We went down this road. I don't know that we'd do it again. So something for you to consider, and I hope y'all have a great day and keep it shiny, keep it happy.